Ready to make a baby beanie with me? I wanted to make this because I have a friend who just recently gave birth, so I wanted to give her a gift and use my fabric and also use as much of my fabric as I could. So I used 1 yard to make a bunch of gifts, and one of them was a blanket, and another one was a baby beanie hat, which is really fun to make, not too difficult, and super cute in the end. And so I'm using for this uh, pattern, a free pattern that you can find at applegreencottage.com. So thank you very much to applegreencottage.com for this baby pattern, and you can find a full tutorial and all of her stuff. Go ahead and check her out. This is just kind of my review of how it went for me. So first, download, cut out the size that you want. I went with the baby small just because I figured it's for a newborn. And then I took the scrap that I had from my blanket that I made, which is of double minky, to make this hat. And so you just go ahead and place it on your piece of fabric. You can also use any kind of knit, but I'm using a double minky. A bamboo lycra would be nice too. Go ahead and fold it in half and place your pattern on top. Now, because I'm using double minky, this is an adjustment I made from her pattern design. I wanted to just make it as simple and easy as possible. So the double minky is soft on the inside and outside. So rather than adding a flap that is sewn into the beanie, I just wanted it to be a continuation of the top. And so right here, I added an inch and a half to the bottom of the pattern. And actually, I didn't even cut out the pattern all the way. So I probably added like 2.5 inches total to the pattern itself, so that I could just roll it up at the end rather than sewing another piece of the beanie. So once you have that cut out, which a little tip, when I cut it out, I cut out the pattern and then I didn't go into this divot. I think it was just easier to get this in one pass, and then I went back later and cut out that V. So then now you have your two beanie pieces. You're going to fold them right sides together in half and sew along the edge where that middle V is. And I'm using a sewing machine. The reason being is because I found when I tried it on a serger, it left a very thick threaded edge, which I thought might be irritating for a newborn. So I just use my sewing machine so that there's just one thread line and it's bordered by some soft double minky. So that's what it's going to look like on both pieces. That'll give it that rounded, nice shape for a head. And you do that to both pieces, then you put it together, and you guessed it, you're going to sew it together. Okay, so this is what it looks like right side out. When you're done sewing it together, I sewed it as close as I could to the edge, but then I went back with scissors and trimmed off as much as I could, just so there's less bulk, less irritation for the child, for the baby, and all that's make it nice. And that's a close-up of what that looks like. Okay, then you inside it out, clean up all the threads on the inside it out, or right side out, I guess I could say. And now you have your baby beanie. So the last thing, like I said before, the actual pattern makes it so you sew in a piece at the bottom, but I just wanted to skip that part and be able to finish it up. So I just made it longer so that I could roll it up instead. And also with the rolling it up, then if the baby's head is a certain size, you have some wiggle room with the finished size of the beanie. So you just roll it up once, roll it up twice, and you have a finished baby beanie for your friend or your baby. So this is with double minky, my pattern you can find on the site. Once again, thank you to Green Apple Cottages for, I think that's what it's called, for their free pattern. Go ahead and check them out and let me know if you try this out and let me know what your experience was. Definitely recommend that you give this one a try.